What in the hell have I got myself into this time? $500. Well, $500, I really can't complain. It's a Jeep Willys 1955 CJ5. From what I've read and the research I've done, that is the first year of the CJ5. I'm not like a historian when it comes to these. I'm just actually learning. But I believe what I picked up is going to be a great platform for the next big build, as long as my bank account can hold up. I'm going to flip you around and we're going to find out what I bought for $500. Now, it's still on the trailer, and we're going to be getting it off here soon. Now, I know you're seeing these nice chrome steel wagon wheels, whatever you want to call them. That was not included. The rims, I had to send a friend of mine about an hour and 15 minutes away just to pick up the wheels. Facebook Marketplace, I do a lot of business on there. The tires, actually, I ended up picking up 2 sets of rims and tires. They actually had military tires, but they were way too large to fit on here. And like 8 single tires for $60. So everything else is for sale. I harvested this set of tires just to get this thing into a roller. I do want to do something bigger on this. But for the $500, what we got is the CJ5 with a complete farm-made body. From what the story I got from the young gentleman that sold it to me, it was his grandpa's friend. Something to do with the original body rusted out, and then farm ingenuity, he just went ahead and made a complete body for it. Excuse me. This was on a sugarcane farm, and he used this thing like once, twice a year to haul things around. For being 68 years old, I don't believe it's not bad. It's all there. Yes, it is a homemade body, but what I ended up getting for the whole entire $500 was complete. When I mean complete, you got an entire frame, the entire 68-year-old frame, leaf springs, axles, transfer case. This is, don't 100% quote me, I think I might be wrong, but I believe it's the F134 Hurricane motor. I've had to do a lot of research. The motor itself is complete. The only thing is missing is, from what I've noticed, and he was up front, is it's missing the radiator. That was took off, I'm going to say, either by the farmer or somebody that needed it. It came with all the basic of electronics. You got the starter solenoid, the regulator for the generator down there, push buttons, and this looks like, that right there looks like an off and on switch from a golf cart. So it's wired up pretty basic. You would turn that switch on, or you could do a flip switch. That would provide power to the distributor, whatever it needed. Then you hit the push button and it would fire this thing off. What else we got? So that's all complete. The frame is complete. Has the T90 transmission and transfer case. That is all complete. I pulled the little inspection cover. It has the clutch mechanism, all that's in there. Over there on the other side of the, we got the full steering with the steering box. The steering's complete. Let me see if I can get y'all turn around here. We got the gas pedal, that's all in there. I eventually found the brake pedal. That was kind of folded down. The only thing is missing down there for the brakes is the master. I'm not going to say any of the brake lines are good, so I mean that's a downfall, but remember, I only paid $500. And I've had to do a lot of research. I was wondering, how do you park this thing, like not just in gear, but you want to set a parking brake or emergency brake. Found out that is, the parking brake is set up like a pinion brake, I believe is what a buddy of mine said. It's part of the transmission. Majority of everything is there as far as this piece. It's got the lever. I need what they call the candy cane, which is literally looks like a candy cane or a cane of sorts. Has a round bar and a hook. You would pull and twist it to lock it. and the cable assembly, but again, I paid $500. One kind of downfall, but ingenuity to the old timers: 3 15-inch rims, deep dish, riveted center to the outside, and 1/16. These we actually believe came from a tractor. So the old farmer had just found stuff around the farm. I was like, an ingenuity. Unfortunately, the front tires were so completely dry rotted, we couldn't do nothing with them. We had to change wheels to be able to make it a roller. I've played with this a little bit. I'm gonna have to try to get that starter to work. That thing is almost $400 to replace. So I believe taking it apart, we might be able to make it work. To be determined. For the $500, I cannot specify or state how much I can't complain. It's got a homemade tow bar. Yeah, it looks homemade to me. I'm gonna assume it's homemade. There's no telling, but it looks like it might have been salvaged from something else. There's no telling. Let me hop down and we'll go check out the rest. Before I hop down off this thing, I thought I would bring you up here to show you this part, the driver's compartment. The steering wheel actually turns pretty good. The gearbox is actually pretty straight. Basic. I cannot believe how simple this thing was made. There's your clutch pedal. Goes to like a little rod setup that would transfer it back through here to a little bushing to a cable that operates the yoke. This floppy thing is the brake pedal. Can't still complain. We have, I don't know what these seats would have came out of. They're definitely old seats, bolted straight down to this thing. I'm gonna say maybe Camaro or something is my guess. Let me get down off this thing before I fall. Let me show you the ingenuity. We see a tailpipe. I don't know if any of you younger viewers will recognize this. I remember this type of an exhaust pipe that was sold at Western Auto back, like almost 35 years ago. This would have been an exhaust pipe that you'd have bent yourself to route it. Complete homemade. I did find through Kaiser Willys the original complete exhaust. Would hook up to the manifold. It would come straight back to a muffler. It has the hangers and everything. Complete drop-in, but an astounding price of $200. We'll just probably make something up a little bit better than this. Taking a look at the rear, everything's complete original with the drive shafts, the axles. Again, brake lines are completely shot. We even have the gas tank. Ingenuity at its finest, and I have not opened up the filler cap or anything. I'll end up doing a lot of that when I get this thing off the trailer into the shop. Complete homemade. I'm guessing the old farmer didn't want somebody stealing his fuel. Put an old locking cap, and I don't know if that's original to the Jeep. I have $500 invested in this. The next video eventually I'm going to do on this is, will it run? Right now I'll take, will it turn over? I've kind of goofed around. There's a big 23 or 24 millimeter nut on the crank. I haven't been able to do nothing with that. I did unhook some, yeah, you gotta love the black cable for the starter. That was on here, and again, it's ingenuity to the farmer that built this. I tried applying power to that starter. $400. I think I'll take it apart and clean some brushes to try not to spin that. Everything is pretty much up here is done. It's all complete, but unfortunately I'm gonna have to cut this body off to work on this motor. Before I hop down, I just figured I want to kind of show this. We got the remnants of a motor mount down there. You can see you can kind of see right there in the center, the black. That would be the rubber mount let me get you over here. And this, I kind of noticed this yesterday. Let's see if I can get in there. That is complete homemade. I guess the rubber mount broke. The old farmer said the hell with it. Make your own. Make a solid mount. Get rid of the factory. And these mounts actually are not that expensive. When I say complete, it's even got the glass for the sediment. I'm guessing sediment bowl. That looks like a newer fuel pump, newer fuel line. So somebody had attempted to get this thing to run. But if we do end up getting this to run, I already have bets this thing's going to smoke like a freight train. Let me see if I can kind of get you in there to show you. If you notice, see if I can do this. We got a spark plug, and it's kind of hard to tell, but right there. I don't know if anybody would remember them. I remember them back from the 80s, 90s. They're anti-fouling adapters that would bring the spark plug out a little further to keep the combustion or the oil to getting on the plugs. I've done 2 or 3 of the plugs, and they're blacker than midnight. But if it turns over and it fires up, it'll be still a farm vehicle. Well, $500. I have about $100 and something invested in wheels. It's going to be I think it's going to be a fantastic project. I definitely want to get this thing running, drive it around here. It's a 3-speed, and then 2 twin sticks next to that, and I'm still trying to figure out what it all is. And I believe it's 2-wheel, 4-wheel, high and low. From what my buddy was telling me, with the right tires, this thing would move about 3 miles an hour, but you could pull a mobile home with it. That's how low geared this thing is. It was basically made for the military but sold to civilians. I'm going to show you one last thing, and we'll wrap this video up. This is what I'm thinking as far as if the old farmer can slap his own homemade body. So I got thinking, what about we do a retro bug on that chassis? I picked this up about 2 weeks ago for $125. From what I understand, the guy was buying a fiberglass body. He was wanting to do what was it? He wants to build it for a drag bug, so he didn't want the steel body. It was $125. I was like, you know what? For that kind of money, this thing, for the majority of it, it's rust free. These were cut out. They have fiberglass ducts that help draw more air in. A lot of this stuff I'm just going to weld shut. I really don't need it. Not for what I'm making a woods buggy. I have no idea what that is. But the only thing I've seen as far as rust on this body is the heater channels. I don't know when the hell people are going to figure out you cannot use spray foam to stop air and water. And all of this is part metal and spray foam. But you know what? For a woods buggy, this isn't going to matter. I'm just going to cut this out, throw in some new metal, and be done with it. I got $500 invested into a complete Jeep with a homemade body. What do you think? Good deal? Leave a thumbs up. If you think I'm just crazy, think I'm an idiot, put it down in the comments. Let me know what your thoughts are. That's what I'm curious about. What are your thoughts? $500. Would you bought it and made a woods buggy out of it? Subscribe, leave comments. I want to know what you guys think. That's the whole purpose I do these videos. Thank you so much.